Welcome back to the Crypto Market Updates channel. Today is the 20th of October. Already 1 week left until Halloween. How the time flies. Oh my goodness. I thought to myself that Friday, today will be a back to just a quick news rundown. What's happening in the crypto world, because I don't do these anymore and I do miss them. I do miss being up to date. So this gives me a chance to kind of have a look at what's going on with the crypto world and inform you, the viewers, of what's going on with the crypto world, because maybe not everybody does have the time to spend siphoning through the plethora of articles, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of news coming out every single minute, and let's not forget that the news that are being put out on within the crypto world are no smuttier than the real mainstream news. There are so many factions with vested interest in different coins and different projects that it's no surprise you will see articles that are fudding and FOMOing at the same time. Just today I was seeing articles talking about Ethereum crashing, or was it Solana crashing and going to hell, and Solana breaking out and going to the moon. So depending on what the writers or what the people believe should, would, and will happen to the projects, the given projects, man, these are the kinds of reports that they send out. So essentially you never really know what's going to happen. One thing's going to happen: crypto is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and so just keep that in mind. As a matter of fact, there is an article that I want to talk about, in which the writer assumes that crypto has been going through a fast mass adoption since the inception. More and more people have been going into getting into crypto, and before we get to that, what the heck's happening to ADA? To DOT. DOT, I don't know if you remember, DOT was on the verge of I got a hint of DOT from my friend, at which point DOT was, I think, maybe $5 or so it must have been like sometimes over here 2020, and then DOT went through this massive bull run to a double top, and then we're back to below $3, or no, sorry, below $4. What in the world is happening to DOT? Will that thing ever recover? This is a massive drop of, like, what's the percentage here? 93%. My goodness, that's a long road to recovery, let me tell you. What is happening in the crypto world? Let's see. Everything's green today. Bitcoin is heading for 29,000 again. Ethereum at 1,500. Struggling. Ethereum's struggling. BNB, XRP, USDC in the red. Lido, Solana, $24. Everything is in green except for Polkadot. Look at Polkadot, the only one that's red. Polkadot's taking a beating. I tried to find some articles. There was nothing of essence telling me what's going on with Polkadot. Nothing. Monero is in the red. That's odd. And the rest of the project is doing fabulously good. So macro guru Dan Tapiero says crypto being adopted at breakneck speeds highlights $1 trillion opportunity. And essentially what this article highlights is the fact that in 2020, I think, or maybe 2019, the crypto space was 300 billion. I remember it was 100 billion, I think, around that mark in 2017. And then by 2020, or not 2020, 2019, it pumped to 300 billion. And then in the peak, in the heyday of its existence, it was at $3.2 trillion. So when DOT hit this all-time high here of $54 for back, down from, or up from $4 or whatever it was at launch, around $2. Can you imagine the gains? Wow, will that ever come back? No idea. In any case, $3.2 trillion. That's, so we're halfway there. Well, not really, a little bit below, I guess, maybe 1/3. 75% down from the all-time high. There's this comedian who released a podcast just recently called "Crypto is Dead." What a moron. He went on screaming about how it was a Ponzi scheme and everything else. What a tool. People like that shouldn't even exist. If you're not sure why, I have a strong belief in crypto existing and remaining and being here for the long run. Check out my last video I posted just a couple of days ago on where cryptocurrencies get their value from. It's a video in which I describe or explain how crypto is tied into the consumption of energy and usage of energy, and so you need to check that out. I'll post the link over here. So the topic of the day: Bitcoin ETF could be approved in time for Christmas, says JP Morgan. So ETFs are coming our way. JP Morgan is very positive. They're saying that we may get a long-awaited Bitcoin exchange traded fund within months. As a matter of fact, Grayscale apparently ETF case is final word coming in federal court as SEC loss formalized. The court that ordered the SEC to scrap its rejection of Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF application will set that ruling in stone by Monday. So we've got the weekend to ponder whether the ETF is going to be passed, but it seems like it might be. You know, he looks like he thinks it will be. A federal court is poised to formalize Grayscale's win against the Securities and Exchange Commission on the dispute over a spot Bitcoin ETF application. It's unclear whether the court will direct the SEC toward any specific timeline to govern its next steps in rethinking the application. Grayscale Investment is waiting for a federal court tomorrow or soon after to formalize the defeat it handed the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission 2 months ago in the parties' dispute over a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. The federal court action will close the case, legally setting Grayscale's win in stone. So we may be looking at an official announcement on Monday for the ETF to be passed, and maybe this is why we're seeing a green day in the market. I guess the weekend's going to be green, and then we'll see what happens on Monday depending on the announcements. We could see red, we could see green. But if that gets passed, SEC nears decisive move on multiple Bitcoin ETFs, JP Morgan says clearly. If Grayscale is passed, the ETF for Grayscale is passed, and obviously the other ETFs are going to be most likely going to be passed as well. The SEC is likely to fast-track approvals for multiple Bitcoin ETFs driven by its recent non-action in a court case against Grayscale Investment, according to JP Morgan analysts. JP Morgan analysts expects a fee war among ETF providers, leading to potential benefits for investors, including a projected $2 billion benefit from fee structuring at Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. That's another thing. If multiple ETFs will be passed, there will be a push, and I guess they'll be trying to offer, you know, interesting packages. There'll be beneficial packages to investors, so they'll be trying to grab as much of the market share as they possibly can, and so that's going to be definitely a good thing for investors and the overall crypto market space. No preferential treatment for first movers. Additionally, the SEC doesn't intend to favor any spot Bitcoin ETF applicant with first mover advantage. Analysts from JP Morgan speculate that the regulatory body plans to give multiple nods in one go. This is significant because if it allows for an area where competition, particularly regarding ETF fees, will thrive. So the perception is that if Grayscale gets approved, all the other ETFs will be approved, which means trillions of dollars flowing into the market. It's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but it's going to open the floodgates for these funds to come in. And the number of companies that have applied for the for ETFs is quite lengthy. There's BlackRock, who applied on June 15th. There is Wisdom Tree, who applied on December 8, 2021. Which was rejected by the SEC in 2022. Valkyr Investments applied in 2021. ARK Invest, VanEck, Fidelity Wise Origin, Invesco Galaxy Bitcoin ETF, Bitwise, Global IX. So this is like 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ETFs that have 9 companies have applied for ETFs. BlackRock alone holds something like $9 trillion in hedge funds and funds and all the other companies combined, this would be a massive influx of funds coming into the crypto space. So the next bull run, the last bull run was $3 trillion, above 3 trillion. So the next bull run could be who knows what. This is why people are talking about this crazy bull run that is going to come. So you might want to brace yourself for this upcoming for the next couple of years, because I'm certainly bracing myself, in need of a good bull run, let me tell you. Alrighty, enough of the bull runs. Let's see what else is there. German regulatory authority warned about this crypto exchange, MEXC. Apparently they're saying that MEXC exchange was offering financial services on its website without the necessary authorization. MEXC crypto custody services must be authorized by BaFin. Financial services can only be offered in Germany if the company providing these services has the necessary authorization from BaFin, and apparently they don't. So if you're in Germany, do not trade with MEXC, because you may be losing your funds when they get shut down, if they get shut down, and it looks like they might be. The regulator said on its website. So MEXC in hot water. Pair of Reddit mods appear to have sold off tokens ahead of announcement on to terminate blockchain-based program. So if you haven't seen it, I posted a short just announcing Reddit had a crypto thing going. There were 3 tokens, Moon, was it Donuts and Bake or something like that. Anyway, I've never actually used them myself. I wasn't even aware of them, but apparently people were using them, and the goal behind them was to for admins to incentivize members to post and comment and stuff like that, and they would give out these tokens to members of their groups. But Reddit decided to scrap the program because I guess they weren't able to move outside of the platform, or maybe they probably just weren't making enough money and there was too much management involved. But so there are a couple of dudes that apparently may have sold off the tokens before Reddit pulled the plug on it, which means they probably had some inside information. On-chain analysis says at least 2 moderators linked to the Reddit's cryptocurrency subreddit liquidated large amounts of Moon before Reddit publicly announced the end of its community point program. Sad insider trading. And apparently people, well, I don't know, I mean, these tokens were given out for free, but I mean, if you had known that, it was just a matter of a couple of hours before from the token's all-time, well, not all-time high, but its high to lead zero. It crash. That's not cool. And Elon Musk again. Elon Musk in hot water. Elon Musk eyes withdrawing X from EU. Will this impact crypto market? I don't know what's happening with X. I think from what I understand, he's struggling. He's losing billions of dollars in revenue from the X platform. I saw an announcement saying that we're all going to have to pay $1 a year in order to post and read posts. In addition to that, blue mark monthly investment of $8 that you'd be required to pay if you wanted to be approved account. According to an article published by Business Insider, tech innovator billionaire Elon Musk, who purchased Twitter for $44 billion last October and made a full rebranding of it to X, is considering cutting the platform's European audience from its user base. That's interesting. In a similar way, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta have blocked access to their new product. Threads, believed to be a clone of Twitter by many, including Musk, is in the same region and for the same reason, being unable to comply with the local regulation, the Digital Services Act. Interesting what's happening in Europe, man. Musk may be forced to drive X out of Europe. The latter requires such platforms to implement heavy content moderation and remove any information that could be false, misleading, or harmful for some of its consumers. Well, there you go. X may be leaving Europe as well. I'm not sure if you're using Threads. I personally, I go on Threads. There's just too many platforms. There's only so much social media I can handle on my own. I'm on Twitter, or X, Facebook, although Facebook I don't really use that much. Mainly Twitter and YouTube, obviously. All right, well, that's a quick rundown. There was so much info, I can't keep up with it, but I mean, these are the most important ones, I think. FTX and a little bit of scandals on the Reddit side and unfortunate announcements from X. I hope this was informative. If you have any other news that you would like to share, leave them in the comment section below, because I sure as heck like to read them. And you know, come back for more updates. They're coming. I gotta make an update video on ICE, because ICE went silent. Where is ICE all of a sudden? I guess their KYC is not working properly, because it's been a week and apparently that's not coming. Meowcoin had a nice pump. Meowcoin had a nice pump yesterday. It was up 70 something percent. It's trading at 11148 right now on certain exchanges. If you look at the overall, I mean, this is like a tiny blip on the calendar here. Meowcoin peaked at 0017. Man, oh man, that looks nice. Right now it's just hovering here, but I mean, it did have a nice pump. The Meowcoin is listed as being the most traded on the exchanges. Got the highest volume. I think it's the most profitable, not the highest volume, but it's the most profitable coin that is being traded out of the new ones. So make sure to get yourself some Meowcoin. You can get it on a few exchanges here. Let's have a look. Markets. It's available on Graphics, although I tried to log into Graphics yesterday and it wasn't allowing me. It kept booting me out. I don't know why. And there's also Trade Ogre, which also is not permitting me to log in. So I am left with mining, which is, thank goodness, something that you can do. And Meowcoin is an ASICs resistant coin, which means GPU only. So for that purpose, I got myself invested in some GPUs, and I'll be building up a mine for Meowcoin, baby, because this coin is going to the moon. Anyway, make sure to smash up the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, and come back for more updates. I'll see you in the next video. Crypto Father out.